Hey everybody, and welcome to the tiny house as it currently sits here on Christmas Day with all the windows open to let in any breeze we can because it's like 75 degrees today. So the current status update is all about this stuff. We've just started to get probably about 50% of the wall panels done. I hired my buddy Scott to get these going for me and show me how to do it. He's been working with me since really early on in the project and just does really awesome work. It's totally worth it to me to give up a little bit of money to have this done a lot faster. I was unsure for a while about what exactly I was going to use for this interior wall material, but a lot of the big material decisions I've made so far have had a lot to do with weight. From the beginning, only having 3,500 pound axles on this trailer and a pretty heavy frame in the trailer itself, that takes away from the total capacity. So I knew I didn't have like a crazy amount of weight headroom to play with. So this stuff is so light and so thin. It's kind of floppy when you work with it, so it can be a little bit difficult to make square cuts on it, but it's worth it. These things are like $13 a sheet, and I got like 20. So, but the best thing is super lightweight, super paintable, stainable, and in some cases, like the one I put up last, it's kind of like this crazy cave drawing mountain scene. As I'm seeing it now, since it's the end wall, I kind of wanted that to be a little bit funky or a little bit different. I was thinking about painting it a different color, but I think I'm just going to use some kind of polyurethane or some kind of finish on that natural wood to keep that looking the way it does, because I really like it. It's pretty tricky to get these things to land when they're right in the middle of the board like this. You have to measure from one side or the other all the way to this, and it has to be within like a quarter of an inch or something. One thing I did learn is that even if you don't cut the hole perfectly accurate, you can still move that electrical box up and down the stud a little bit if you need to vertically align it, if you really don't get it super accurate. And it's totally inspiring to see that actual wall surface now. I'm thinking about how I'm going to do the trim in various places. You know, there's little problems to solve, little places where the gap is kind of big, but I'm going to have to use, just a bigger piece of trim or turn it into some kind of shelving. Like above the loft now, I'm seeing how adding a little shelf board underneath each one of those joists is totally going to cover up the slightly uneven seam there. So the creativity is flowing, the space is looking great, it's feeling more and more like home every day, and that's just really exciting to feel as the process moves along and it crafts my taste and different decisions based on all these different factors that are kind of vying for my attention. But it just seems like in every case the most practical solution is also the most versatile solution and the most lightweight solution, and something that's aesthetically awesome to me too. So I'll be able to do whatever I want with this. Looking forward to getting some color in here and getting things trimmed out, because now that I've got all these different phases of completion in here, like if there's a total divergence in the to-do list, it's not just like more chronological, like do this so that I can do this so that I can do this, but I could be doing trim. I could start trying out different things for that. I've been wiring in all my outlets and switches, and at the same time I've still got to do wall cover for the whole upstairs and the roof. So we'll see. It shouldn't take too long, but figuring out a few things in the bathroom as well, like what I'm not gonna use plywood in there more than likely. Might use something like a PVC type panel that's going to be waterproof and rot proof, so I don't have to worry about that. Same thing for the roof, more than likely, because it's already white. So look forward to more updates like this. I'm going to try to be better about doing something with all the footage that I'm shooting, and go back and touch on other parts of the process previously that I've shot a bunch of footage for but never really did anything with. So I think this is going to be a valuable way for me to communicate what I'm learning and try to give people other ideas about methods for building simple structures that you can call home. So I'll see you next time.